Good morning. It's July 1st, 2026. Um, I guess I should get on here and do a little bit of somewhat of an update. Okay, so yesterday my dogs and I, we went out to Falcon Lake, and Falcon Lake is located inside Falcon State Park. Now, there's other ways to get to the lake besides the state park, but that requires you to go across the bridge into Mexico and access that way somehow. Where the line is between here and there, like on the lake itself, I don't know. But I do have some things to talk about. It's getting very heated around here. All of the men, almost, I should clarify. Two men are acting up, acting up. And we're going to get into that. And I'm going to kind of break down like what could possibly be the issue. So both men are over the age of 44. One's 44 and one's 48. This 44-year-old little firefighter guy, we went on a walk this morning, and I announced that I'm getting a new truck tomorrow. I'm trading in my Honda, and I'm getting a little Ford Maverick, 4-door, with a little short bed, with a bed cover, something that I can manage. Trading in my Honda and whatnot, I did buy a 94 pop-up camper. So I'll have a new truck and an old camper. And the pop-up is towable with the Honda. But I don't want to be having like terrain issues. My Honda sits about that far from the ground, and we've definitely had our challenges together. However, that car has never let me down. And there was a point I drove home on 2 flat tires on the way back from the swing club. When was that? 2023 probably? Yeah, no, probably 2022. Yeah, I hit like a board or something on my way out of the parking lot and drove home at flats right off the bat. And I scooted my way home, and before I even got home, though, I was probably 10 miles out, and I got stopped by a tow truck driver, and he wanted to know if I was drunk or not. And I said, I was just coming back from a baby shower from a family member. He believed me. He's like, I'm not associated with the police. Well, we already know that's not true. So he left me alone, and he's like, your rims are fine and this and that. And I hobbled all the way home and got my flats changed that day when Discount Tire opened. Called the tow truck. No, did I call a tow truck? I think maybe I did. I don't remember. Maybe not. I drove it and parked it at the, I think I drove it and I parked it at the Discount Tire. Got 2 new tires, and it is what it is, okay? So here we are. Anyways, now let me tell you about this guy. He has gotten 3 massages off of me. He's paid for each of them, but he's hinted at getting one for free. He's been a little grabby here and there, but nothing crazy, just a little playful. Okay. He's looking to hook up probably, and I'm not feeling it. He's a super nice guy, pushover. Okay. And he has a little apartment, and he's paying $700 a month or something. And he's talking about moving in with his friend for $300. Okay, no problem. He's got nothing in his apartment. It's just like a 1 bed with a TV and a bed, he said. No problem. Works at the fire department, makes good money, bought a brand new truck. Okay, when I met him, he was driving a GMC Sierra, I think. 2025. It was brand new. He said he's had it 2 years. It's brand new still. So he still had like 2-year tags on it. Traded it in, and he rolls up in a GMC Canyon. I promise you that Canyon is probably like 10 or 15 grand more than what I paid for this Maverick. For me. Okay, and so I traded in. Not yet. It's getting delivered, and I'm using Carvana. And I'm telling you why I use Carvana, because I don't like haggling. I don't like getting ripped off. I don't like haggling. I don't like concealed numbers that deal with pay or payments or insurance. I don't like any of that stuff. Okay, I like straightforward communication, which is, here's your car. They'll even deliver it to me for free. Okay, so these days, calling your firefighter friend or client or neighbor or coworker, those days of people helping you buy a car, if you're a lady, are pretty much over. It's over. And they don't like that. So I think that's part of the problem. I didn't call him first. He asks for an awful lot for somebody that's not fucking me. Okay, so when I bought my camper, he wanted to know how much I paid for it, because he didn't pay for it. So he didn't pay for it, but he wants to know how much I paid for it. Was it pricey? Was it spendy? Is it your business? So this guy is very, very, very bent on when it comes to money. Okay, so he doesn't go anywhere. He took 30 days of leave and didn't leave town. He went to see his parents like an hour from here, but that's it. Like, it's not like, and I'm not saying that if you take leave that you have to go somewhere. I'm not saying that, but I am saying I'm a very well-traveled individual, and bossing me around or getting jealous that or getting bent about shit is probably not gonna help your situation. Like, you getting bent that I'm getting a new truck is not going to help me suck your dick. It's actually going to make it harder. And since I already saw everything, I already know what you're working with. So with that being said, I'm in no hurry to suck your dick or do anything else, because I saw everything. So if I saw everything, then that means I know what he's working with. And if I know what he's working with, then that means that the haggle probably isn't worth it. Okay? So, here we are. It's getting delivered tomorrow. Today I gotta pay rent. Okay? And then after I pay rent, I gotta get some shopping done. I'm completely out of toilet paper and wipes and things like that I need. And I think that what pisses this guy off so bad, like, he doesn't know that even after, like, I pay all my, like, I still put, like, money away, like, more than the average person. And even with a vehicle, with a small truck note and insurance, I'm still putting away the same amount of money. And, like, he doesn't see where that's coming from. And he's jealous, because my condo is probably twice as big as his apartment, and I'm here by myself, and I don't have a roommate. So he's probably thinking I'm doing other things to clear the bills, and I'm not. And wait till January, because I'm going to get a pay raise. It's not going to be much, but it's going to put me into the next stack. Okay? It's going to put me over the next stack. So the stack the stack category I am right now is going to go up. I'm very close to the end of this stack and going into the next one, but the next cost of living that we get in January is going to set me over. And then add me 2 massages, okay? If I do 2 massages, I'm set over, okay? So this nut over here doesn't know, like, kind of who he's playing with, okay? So if he's so concerned about money, let me tell you something. I could do a couple massages and it clears everything. And I think that bothers him too, because he doesn't know how much I'm really working or how much I'm not working. He knows I went to the lake yesterday and had fun, but the only thing he wants to see is nude pics. And he's very low effort. He said he'd take me to a movie, but I'd probably have to fucking pay for everything. You know. So, anyways, we started the walk today. Now, he goes walking every morning. I got to walk my dog. We started walking a little bit here and there, okay? And he gets, like, bent when I say, hey, I got a brand new truck coming tomorrow. I thought you didn't want a payment. Well, I don't. Well, what's the tow capacity of that thing? What's the tow capacity of your Honda? How much does your camper weigh? Okay, now, so let's back up a couple days. When I went and got a camper, I went and got a camper and I paid cash for it. He doesn't know how much I spent, but clearly I didn't finance a 1994 camper. Clearly. So now he's wondering how I can afford a brand new truck. And the interest on this thing is not pretty because I have a little bit of a chalky looking credit history. And it's going to stay chalky looking. And I don't care. Because newsflash, you can double up on your payments and pay your shit off early. Which is exactly what I did on my Jeep. It's exactly what I did on my Honda. I traded my truck in on my Honda, and my Honda, I paid that sucker off like in a year or two, doubling up on payments. And I had to go in. But when I sold my house, I paid it off. So when I sold my house, I owed like $15,000, and I freaking just paid it off. So that thing's been paid off for 3 years. And this guy is bent. I can't believe how bent he was. And he wasn't bent on the payment. He was bent. He was getting into an argument with me about the towing capacity of the truck. Oh my God, is that going to be enough to haul your camper? But okay, hold on. Back up a second. What about you? What about my Honda? My Honda is half the size of this freaking truck, and you're asking me what the tow capacity of the truck is, but you don't give a shit about the tow capacity of the Honda? So you're asking me how I'm going to tow my camper, but you don't ask me how I'm towing my camper with a car. I have a 2017 Honda, and you're asking me how I'm going to tow this thing with a built-in tow package on this truck. And you're going to ask me how I'm going to pay for it. Like I'm confused. So, anyways, he's mad that he has to go back to work tomorrow, and he can't supervise me. So if I'm doing things like buying vehicles at 4 in the morning, what do you think I'm doing at 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when he's at work and he can't freaking monitor me? I guarantee you this guy probably drives past my street a lot just to see if I'm here, because now I can't park in the garage. I have to park out front. So because my camper's in there. So how long is it going to take for him to start getting picky? You know what I'm saying? He probably drives by all the fucking time just to see if I'm here, and then tells me, oh, how's the weather out there? And he already knows I'm home. You know what I mean? So the other one, the husky guy, he's probably watching this. The husky guy is bent because he was going out of town, and he changed the meetup time like 3 or 4 times, and I finally got sick of it and said, fuck off. So he's in Houston dealing with his mom, and he comes back tomorrow. So depending on what time he comes back tomorrow, I don't know. I probably won't see him tomorrow because my truck's getting delivered between 2 and 5. And Saturday I'm going to go meet a friend. So I have another friend, a Navy friend. And I don't like this guy either. I like his wife, but not him. But I met her because I already knew him. And he's bent too. This is the problem. I'm bucking the system. I'm a very naughty girl. You know why I'm naughty? Because we have fun all the time. I'm 51 years old. I'm single. I don't have any kids. I have 2 dogs, and I have a steady check with health insurance that comes in. And I don't need an extra person to pay the bills. So with that being said, we have some control issues, right? Especially with, the husky guy is traveling all the time. He's very chaotic. And somebody sent me an email saying about chaos, and that's the exact word I used when I first met him. And had I stuck to my guns, I wouldn't have found out how good in bed he was, and it'd be a lot easier for me to drop his ass. So I have to deal with that. But moving along, I'm going to wrap this up. But these two men are freaking twisted. Somebody asked about Adult Friend Finder. I'm still on there. I signed up for 90 days and then I canceled my subscription, so it's still going. I've met a couple people on there and had very good conversations. Some of them, I don't care for, and I just tell them I'm not interested. And I just end up blocking half of them because I don't want dick pics in my freaking inbox. So we went out to Falcon yesterday. It was 97 degrees, windy. The gate guard said not very many people because of the wind. Nobody was out there. So we went out, parked at the water's edge, and the dogs got new life jackets from Bass Pro Shop. So we took their life jackets and we went swimming, and they got 2 swims in, one of them together, all of us. So you hook the leash to the top of the vest and then just kind of guide them in there. So we get in there, I'm in there in my swimsuit and sneakers, and we go swimming. And then they get out and they rest, and then they get back in, and then they get out and rest. So we did some heat training for sure and some water training. But I'm going to stop this now. Somebody said a comment about clap behavior. I don't know what clap behavior is, so I tried looking it up and I can't find it. So I don't know what clap behavior is. But moving along, it's the 1st of July. July 4th, I have 3 years free from alcohol. So I think there's some people pissed about that too. They're wondering how I can have so much fun and not be drunk. So, and not be fucking the wrong guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're pissed. That doesn't count the chick that got pissed at me because I wasn't there on a Monday. That was like 2 weeks ago. It's never good to skip a Monday. And I'm like, yeah, you can fuck off. And I freaking threw her out of the chat. I kicked her off the Snapchat. She has my number but doesn't use it. So anyways, today should be an arm day, but I'm suffering from a little bit of tenderness in this one, so I wouldn't be able to get a barbell up very well anyways. I was getting out of the camper and I pushed down on something and my hand slipped and it went like, I guess I strained it probably. So I'm doing okay doing massage, but I don't want to be trying to pump up 40 pounds off the bench and can't get it up. So maybe next week. So anyways, today we're cleaning house and doing shopping. Tomorrow we're cleaning out a vehicle. Today and tomorrow probably cleaning out a vehicle and getting the title ready, and then getting a new car. And then Friday is nothing. And Saturday I'm going to go meet somebody. They're moving from Victoria to Midland next week. So after that, I'm hoping in the next week, I'll be able to, the next weekend after that, I'm going to be working out all week at the gym, hopefully. And then maybe Friday after the gym, hook up that camper and go back to the lake. And once we're out there, we're going to practice camping for the weekend and see how that goes. I have some people pissed at me. So anyways, I hope you all have a great 4th of July. Please stay safe. By the way, this little truck gets about almost the same amount of gas mileage as my Honda. Like, let me see. Gas mileage, let's see. It's like 22 on the highway, and no, like 22 in town and 30 something on the highway. Gas, what is it? Mileage for let's see. 42 in the, okay, if it's a hybrid, it's not a hybrid. 22 in the city, 30 on the highway. It's not a hybrid, but anyways, My Honda can get up to 36, but not towing. Have a good weekend.